The biggest rebel group, Ahrar Al Sham, walked out of the meeting just minutes before a press conference was due to be held. These two-day talks in Saudi Arabia have crucially brought together moderate armed groups as well as political delegates for the very first time, and they are supposed to find a unified voice and create a working political framework for a transitional period where Syria can have democracy and peace for the first time since the war began 5 years ago. The group stormed out saying that most of the delegates represented were pro-regime. They were eventually brought back in, and they reluctantly signed an agreement, albeit with some reservations. Now, the Syrian opposition have finally put a proposal forward, and this is what they're calling for. They want to see the international community put pressure on Assad and implement goodwill gestures before negotiations. So that might be the release of political prisoners. They want to see Assad and his aides step down before the transitional process. They've created a 32-member delegation to make decisions on the future of Syria. They say they recognize all Syrian people without any discrimination. They've rejected terrorism, and the heart of their cause is really preserving the Syrian state. Finally, the other 2 points they raised was that they would like to see the international community monitor a ceasefire and rebuild Syria, and they have created a supreme body. Now, this committee of people will effectively make all the decisions about Syria's future, and crucially, it will be based here in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh.